It's a status update of the committee overseeing the implementation of the 10-point agenda and the NADCO report. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 18th of August 2025, this committee that is overseeing the implementation of the 10-point agenda and the NADCO report was officially inaugurated at the joint parliamentary group meeting of ODM party and UDA party held at the KCB grounds in Karen. During this meeting, the committee outlined its scope of mandate in guiding the implementation of the issues Kenyans had raised in the street protests of 2023-2024 that culminated in the Gen Z uprising, where unfortunately lives were lost, many were injured, and there was destruction of property. During this time, the country was on the brink of the precipice. There was a state of suspended animation and nothing was working. It took the bold and selfless decision by our country's foremost political leaders, His Excellency President William Ruto, and the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, may his soul continue to rest in peace, to put differences aside and put the country first. The 10-point agenda, signed by the two party leaders, His Excellency, the President Dr. William Samoei Ruto, UDA party, and the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga ODM party in March of 2025, together with the report by the National Dialogue Committee, NADCO, formed the basis of our engagement. This is a national as well as political exercise. It not only touches on the issues from the two mentioned political parties, but if you look across all the parties and all the issues, if you look at whole of the 10-point agenda and the NADCO report, indeed, it concerns us all as Kenyans. It is aimed at unifying the nation, bridging the existing intergenerational gaps, ensuring equality and equitable distribution of resources, dignity for human life, respect for the rule of law, among others. The process is spearheaded and closely monitored by the two political parties under the Memorandum of Understanding that the two leaders signed. It is unfortunate that the key person in this process, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, departed from us, but his spirit continues to drive and motivate the process. The agenda of the committee, as well as laying the framework for our engagement. During the period, we have had meetings with various government and non-governmental organizations with the aim of gathering information as well as acquainting us with the useful content that will form part of our final report to be presented to the two principals, His Excellency, the President, Dr. William Ruto, and the new party leader of ODM party, Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga, at the end of our term in office, and specifically on the 7th of March, when we are meant to give the report. In the evening of last year, we had a retreat at a hotel in Machakos County, which was facilitated by our partner, the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, CMD, in early December. This retreat gave us time to reflect on our task and what is needed for us, considering the whole country is awaiting the outcome of our engagements. Rightly so, I think, because this engagement will allow us to give an overarching information to the whole of the nation about where we are in a process that we are all engaged in. That is the NADCO report itself and the 10-point agenda in addressing the implementing position, the challenges that might come across, where we are, addressing how best can we move forward, so that at the end of the day, the NADCO report and the 10-point agenda is not just a statement that has been put out there, but it's a reality that we continue going to look back at and assess where we are and keep improving ourselves as the nation seeks to attain what is in the NADCO report of November 2023 and the 10-point agenda. Since then, we have had meetings with government ministries, state departments, government agencies, constitutional commissions, human rights bodies, and civil society organizations. These include a meeting with the CS for National Treasury, Honorable John Badi, a meeting with the Head of Public Service, Mr. Felix Koskei, the Principal Secretary for Justice, Human Rights and Constitutional Affairs, Madam Judith Pareno, the National Gender and Equality Commission, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, the Council of Economic Advisors, and the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. We have also held meetings with Cabinet Secretary for Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, Engineer Eric Murithi Muga, and the Controller of Budget, Dr. Margaret Nyakango, and her team. This morning, the committee had engagements with the National Police Service Commission, where we had fruitful discussion on matters to do with human rights and the freedom of association under Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya. We also had a meeting with the Principal Secretary for the State Department of Parliamentary Affairs in the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Her name is Ms. Aurelia Rono. These engagements are ongoing, and in them, we are gathering very useful insights that will help this country move forward. In all these engagements, we are going to specific areas as implementing organizations that we are moving to in the NADCO report and issues that have and what to be addressed, to see the progress for these and have discussions across these. So these engagements that are going on are going to be very useful for us to collect our data and present the status quo of the implementation of the NADCO report 2023 and the 10-point agenda. Beginning next month, we shall move on to a very important part of our work as a committee, and that's the countrywide stakeholder engagements, where we intend to meet Kenyans right in the grassroots to listen to them, because this is an inclusive process and we want everybody to come on board at the various levels to talk about the NADCO report and 10-point agenda and their assessment of its implementation. We'll be able there to exchange ideas and seek the recommendations on the Kenya that we want. These stakeholder forums will be held in all countries' 8 regions, beginning with Mombasa for the coastal counties on Monday, 2nd February 2026. On Wednesday, 4th February 2026, wananchi from the counties of Siaya, Homa Bay, Migori, and Kisumu shall present their views in Kisumu town, while those from Nyamira and Kisii will have a date with this committee on Thursday, 5th February 2026. On Friday, 6th February, we shall have an engagement with the people of western counties of Busia, Bungoma, Vihiga, and Kakamega, and this will be at Kakamega town, before moving to North Rift region, where we shall meet Kenyans from Uasin Gishu, Nandi, Elgeyo Marakwet, Trans Nzoia, West Pokot, and Turkana, and this will be in Eldoret town on Saturday, the 7th, 2026. On Monday, the 9th, we shall be in Narok and Nakuru for engagements with the people of South Rift counties of Nakuru, Kericho, Bomet, Baringo, Kajiado, and Narok before heading to Nyeri town on the 11th of February for a meeting with the people of Nyeri, Nyandarua, Kirinyaga, Murang'a, Laikipia, and Kiambu counties. On Thursday, the 12th of February, the committee will pitch tent in Meru town to listen to the people of Mount Kenya East and Upper Eastern counties of Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi, Isiolo, and Marsabit before heading down to lower eastern counties of Machakos, Kitui, and Makueni counties in Machakos town on Saturday, the 14th, 2026. People of the northeastern counties of Mandera, Garissa, and Wajir will converge in Wajir town on Monday, February 23rd, for the stakeholder forum. We intend to finish our nationwide tour with a mega stakeholder meeting for Nairobi region right here at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, KICC, and that will be on Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. This itinerary and the agenda for our engagements will be published in the local dailies tomorrow for the perusal of members of the public. We encourage members of the public to turn out in their numbers, speak to us generously, air their views, and together we shall help build the Kenya that will be favorable to all of us. Right now, we are standing at KICC, and behind us here is the Magadi room, where we will also be receiving memorandum from the public. Any Kenyan who wants to address a particular issue on the NADCO report and the 10-point agenda on any issue, please feel welcome to participate so that you can come on board to do this. I ask Mr. Oguda to give us the spirit of the MOU.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you so much for coming in to stay with us here. We do really appreciate the role that you've played, especially members of the Fourth Estate, when it comes to working with the committee to ensure that Kenyans get to know the progresses we have made and what is in the need that we intend to share with Kenyans even as we move forward. Mine is to encourage the members of the public that as you send us the memoranda, it will be very important for you to get to acquaint yourself with the memorandum of understanding that was signed by the two principals, because that will then inform the engagement that we are going to have. Remember, this is a national process, and we want to encourage everyone